Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. It's another glorious sunny day here in the garden. It's, what are we, 19th of February, and it's been really quite pleasant these last couple of weeks. It's quite sunny and warm when the sun comes out, but when the sun goes behind the clouds it does chill down quite a bit. So yeah, we're not out of the woods yet, but we've got definite signs that spring is on the way. So another quick update on the garden. Thank you so much to everybody that's been watching my videos. One of the last ones has topped over 3,000 views and I'm now at 99 subscribers. So come on, one more person, I've got that 100 subscribers. So I'm joined in the garden today by Jacob. He's around here somewhere, and he'll show you what he's up to. So Jacob is just tidying up one of the beds here. We've had some, I can't remember what was in here now, I think it was some cabbage or Brussels sprouts that didn't quite work, so we've pulled those out. He's now done some weeding and he's putting the compost on. So we're going to join these beds back up, so we've got a bigger bed. How are you finding it, Jacob?
Tough, but yeah, join those two beds back up together so we can have more space to plant more veggies.
Cool. So I'm just coming through pen 2. I'm going to go in pen 3 because I've got a bed here which I'm going to plant some onions in. So I've had some more onion sets in the greenhouse for a while. So remember the ones I planted out a couple of weeks ago? They were white ones, and I've got some red ones here. These are onion blood red, so they're a red variety, and I'm going to pop them into this bed here. So I'm just going to pop these in here. It's quite a small bed. I had every intention of a while ago of making it bigger, and I never got round to it for various reasons. But one of the projects for this growing season is to extend this bed to make it longer. Got cardboard, I just haven't really got the compost at the moment. But there we go. So I'm just popping these onions in here. Okay, so I've nearly finished. This has actually gone in here quite well. So I've got all the plants I wanted to get in here. I've sowed them a fair distance apart. So what I'm thinking is I might try and sow something between the rows to make more use of the space. Although my rows aren't straight, I just do it all by eye, so it's things are a bit wonky. The advantage is if you notice something's a bit out, because it's just into the compost, you can move it quite easily. So I'll put that line there. So I'll move that one back. That's it. It can go in there. Perfect. Some of these are looking better than others, but they have been sat in the greenhouse for several months, so probably since around September time. So there is 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36 onions in there, so that's not a bad shout. So here's the bed, so I'm pleased with that, how that's looking. As I say, I've probably got space in there to sow a row of something in between each row there. I was thinking carrots, so I'm going to have a look at see if I can get carrots, maybe a couple of rows of carrots in between those. I'm thinking the smell of the onions will deter the carrot root fly, not the cabbage root fly, carrot root fly. So I'd look at the timings and everything else. I don't want the onions to disturb the carrots as they're growing. Alternatively, I can just chuck in some salad leaves, some lettuce leaves, or some radish or something like that. So there's plenty of opportunities to fill that gap, or those gaps rather. Trying not to get into shot, but the sun's behind me. I just wanted to show you the compost bin I made a few weeks ago. So inside you can't see anything, but let's have a look. If I take some of this off, so you pull that back, you can see cardboard. Then underneath that, it's quite wet underneath, but actually, oh, there's worms, there's bugs, and the best thing about it is it's warm. Really quite warm. So that's brilliant. So that seems to be working really well. Really pleased with that. I'll cover that, keep that covered for a few more months yet. Let that really do its thing. Ugh, hands are covered in muck now. So yeah, on a day like today, it's a really lovely spot to be. So as I said, I'm going to try and extend this bed. So where the trolley is and Sasha's laying, put some more cardboard down, some compost on top, and extend it out to make it longer. And over time, it will eventually come all the way back down here. So it's just a start there. And the same with the one at the back. That's going to, oh, it's a buzzard, I can hear it. One at the back here. I'm going to extend this. This will eventually be extended forward. So it will come all the way back. But yeah, like I say, it's a work in progress. It's bit by bit, and we'll do bits as we can. I'm probably going to put some potatoes in here this year. We had pumpkins and squashes in here last year, and they got attacked by rats. So a couple of weeks ago, I tried or started the rhubarb forcing experiment. I'd never done it before. So I thought I'd give it a go. The rhubarb's now starting to come up. So I thought I'd just show you what it's looking like. I can try. Oh wow. Oh wow. So that is what it's currently looking like. Looking really good, really chuffed with how that's looking. Well, I'll get it covered back up again so it doesn't get used to the light. So as I say, it seems to be working really well. It's looking like I would expect it to look like. And it's a lot higher than the other bits of rhubarb that we've got growing in the garden. So if I just grab my camera, apologies for the camera work today. I'm trying to try out a few bits. So this is currently the bin is here, and then the rhubarb, the other rhubarb is here. So you could see that it's considerably bigger. So this is where Jacob was working. So we've now managed to extend or merge the two beds that were here. So yeah, that makes it a bit of a bigger bed to play with. And I shall do the same over here as time goes on. I shall take the sprouting broccoli out. So I've also got Sam in the garden today.
Hi.
So she's weeding and cutting back one of the beds that we look after. Yeah, it's lots of daffs and snowdrops and hellebores in this one, and then as the spring goes on, a few more plants come up, and we plant in some nice annuals to give it a real splash of colour. So it's been a few days since I did the last little bit of filming. And I've come back out to the greenhouse this morning to have a quick look and see how things are doing. And the peas that I sowed using the gutter method, so I don't know if you remember from a couple of videos ago, I did my peas using that. The peas are really started to come up, so I'll show you that in a bit. It's turned quite cold The wind's now coming down from the north, so it's quite bitter out today. The sun is out, but that wind is quite keen, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time in the greenhouse. Got loads of seedlings coming up in the house that need pricking out, so I shall get on with that over the weekend too. So here are the peas. So you can see they're coming up really nicely. Nice thick layer of peas, but nice amount there. So they all seem to be coming up. I've also got some other plants or seeds sown. So I've got some broad beans here that I put in last week. They're not coming up yet. Some leeks, onions, some sweet peas, and some more broad beans. But unfortunately, these broad beans and these sweet peas, they were planted a couple of weeks ago, but not long after I'd planted them, I think the mice got into the greenhouse and dug them all up and ate them. I've also got some more onions here. So these are stir-on. I've got some Brussels sprouts, some more onions, and some cabbage. It's the Primo cabbage, so that's a summer cabbage. So here we've got some leeks. They've not got particularly big. I did harvest a couple last week for dinner, and although they're tasty, they're not overly big. But what I'll be doing probably this weekend is digging them all up, processing them, popping them in the freezer, so we can get to them when we need them, because I want to start preparing the bed ready for other things to go in. So in the previous video I planted some leftover garlic into a pot, so this is it. So it's coming along quite nicely. Wasn't really expecting it to do very much, so the fact that I've got some coming up is brilliant. I don't know if you remember, but I also planted in some bulbs, daffodils and tulip bulbs that I'd found left in a drawer, and as you can see, they're now starting to come up too. So yeah, all in all, pretty good. You know, it's only February still, and things are coming up. And I've also managed to start chitting my potatoes, so they're coming on nicely. They've got some nice shoots coming on, some nice chits there, so they're good. So I've got some Desiree over here, Red Duke of York here, and I've also managed to pick up from the garden centre another batch of potatoes, some first earlies, and these are Home Guard, which, there we go, Home Guard, which I bought because my granddad was in the Home Guard, so I thought it was quite appropriate. Also got some shallots to plant. So I've got 2 lots of shallots. These are Red Sun. It says on the packet, perfect for salads, mild flavour, plant in spring. So I should be planting those out hopefully tomorrow. It's just started to rain, so I'm going to quickly film this little bit. So I had a delivery of 2 fruit trees early this week. So I've got a plum tree, so this is Victoria plum, and also I've got another cherry tree. So the cherry tree we've got already in the garden isn't looking too sharp. So I bought another one to kind of replace it or add to, depending on whether or not what happens. So they're just popped into pots at the moment, some compost to keep the roots damp, but they'll be going into the ground tomorrow. So let's get indoors. It's now Saturday evening, and decided to prick out a load of chili peppers. I've sowed a few more chilies, tomatoes and sweet peppers. So yeah, just to quickly show you what I've been doing. So I've just pricked these ones out. So these are chili basket of fire. So I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 of those. I've just sown a few more Anaheims into there, which I'm going to cover with compost in a moment. In the sink here, just getting some water, I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jalapenos. I've got another tray here of jalapenos which I've just sown. I've got some mixed sweet peppers I've just sown in here, and some Gardener's Delight in here. So I finally got round to planting my plum and cherry tree. So I've dug the hole. So the plum tree is going to go in here. So there it is. Here's the tree. It's going to go into this hole here. So I've dug the hole out. And I've popped a small amount of well rotted manure into there. It's just a bag that we get from the garden centre, so it's not anything fancy. I've popped half a bag in there, and I've got some compost that I'm going to use as well, just to put in there as well, just to kind of help it, and pop the soil back on top to firm it in. So that's the cherry tree in. Got that one in just now, and then earlier on the plum tree. So they're both planted and they're now in my mini orchard. So we've got a pear tree there, there's a rather unwell looking cherry here, another plum, not a plum, another pear, and obviously a cherry to hopefully replace the one that's not looking too well. Although the one that's not looking too well does have a few buds on it, so hopefully it'll be okay. Like I said in a previous video, these were transplanted from the allotment last year, so I wasn't expecting them to do particularly well. Okay, well that's it for another video. It's been a couple of weeks since the last one. Been really busy this week, so haven't managed to get out and do quite as much as I'd wanted. Still quite a lot going on. A load of seeds being sown, trees being planted, potatoes being chitted. What else have we done? We planted out our onion sets. So there's quite a lot has been done in the last couple of weeks. So we're cracking on. You know, spring is on its way now, so fingers crossed. Although there is rumours of a cold snap, but we don't. Oh, we'll see. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Thanks everyone for their support. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like and the notification bell if you want to know about other videos. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.